Good morning, 7th grade. It is day number 10. I hope this is the last video for you guys, and I hope that I'm back tomorrow, but that is up to the doctor to decide. So, if I'm not back, don't worry, there'll be more videos. So here is day number 10. You're going to start making a career presentation. Don't start freaking out. I'm going to explain things, so it's going to be okay. All right, there's all of our standards. All right, so your career presentation, you are going to present your chosen job to your classmates. Yeah, don't worry. I want to calm some people down before they freak out. If you choose not to present, which you can choose not to present, you'll just lose the points. So it's 8 total points for the presenting part. The best grade you could get then is an 80%. So that's your decision. Here you go. So you're going to use your Google Slides to make a presentation. The design is completely up to you, but you should personalize it, make it yours. So like adding colors or fonts or pictures. You don't have to do the whole transition and animation thing, but if you have time at the end and you want to, by all means go ahead. But this is where I say you should bedazzle and pizzazz your slides. White slides with a black font are pretty boring. So things that you need to keep in mind, like when you are presenting, okay? Not just being an audience member. We'll talk about that eventually as well. But you do not want to speak so fast that people can't understand what you're saying, and also not speaking too slowly where people just want to come and like say, just spit it out. Volume, you want to make sure the people in the back of the room can hear you. I sit right here at the desk and I grade them as you are presenting, and sometimes I can't hear people. And then making sure that you're looking at the audience, not looking at the screen. I'll explain that. Hopefully I'm back. But I do put the podium over closer to the screen. That way you can bring your Chromebooks up and you can have your Chromebook in front of you so that you're still looking at the audience instead of turning your back and looking at the screen. When you do that, people can't hear you. Some tips, I guess. Don't make your font so small that people cannot read it. Don't copy and paste your information onto your slides. You should be putting things into your own words. So when you go to present, you know what the word is. You don't want to put so many words on the slides that it kind of takes up the whole slide. And there's the don't use words you don't know. I mean, make sure when you're putting the words on there, you know what the word is. It's pretty important. Okay, so things that you need to include. So a title slide is going to be the name of your career and your name. Your job description. Basically, what does this person do? I mean, you might pick a teacher and we know what that person does for the most part. Some of you might have a job like a astrophysicist and people don't know what that is. So you're going to tell us a brief description of what they do. Education, what is required for the job that you have picked. Your potential income, you're going to use a range for Pennsylvania. So the range means you're going to look at the 10% number to the 90% number. I'll show you that. You need to list 2 skills, what those mean, and then how it relates to your career. That's pretty important. Abilities and knowledge are going to be the same thing. You're going to have 2 of them, and you're going to say what they mean, and then how does that relate to your career. Similar careers, so you just need the name of two different things. You don't have to explain what they are. The trends, you're going to say whether it is growing or shrinking and by how much. And then lastly, you're going to say, why did you pick this career? All right, so everything that you need is going to come from your Smart Futures. So when you click on your career, like on the left-hand side of the screen, you get this screen that's on the slide. So when it says, what does this person do? You have the word task up at the top, and there's quite a few usually. You can scroll down through. You don't have to put all of these on there. I want you to take and use your own words, because we're not copying and pasting it. Use your own words to give like 3-4 things that the person does. One moment, I'm sorry. Okay, for the education, it should be listed right below this little squares. This one requires a 4-year bachelor's degree. It says some do not. Over here on the right-hand side underneath Outlook, it tells you what the growth is. So it's 3.5% nationally, so in the U.S., and in Pennsylvania, it's 7.5% growing. That's where you can find whether the job is growing or shrinking. You can also find a salary, but this is just a middle number, and we want to find the range. So I'm going to show you where to find the range. Let me actually, apparently I don't have that open. All right. Okay, I need to be a user and a career. Just pick the top one. Okay, so here's the task I was saying. Here's the education. Here's the growth. Well, this one's a growth. Some of them may not be. And then over here on the left-hand side under detailed career information, if you go down to wages, you're going to see a P10 and a P90 number. So when I say a range, I'm going to go look at Pennsylvania, and I would put for this job, it's $47,910 to $99,610 per year. I just need those two numbers. Okay, some other things is just the job description, which you're going to summarize. I already went through that. I need to fix that. Education, you're going to look at the top one. You're not going to look at this job training down there. You want to look at what's right below those boxes or squares. And I showed you all of that already. Here's the skills, abilities, knowledge. You actually don't need work styles, I don't think, anymore. But you're going to look at the knowledge, skills, abilities. And you're going to go down through the list. If you have something that is check marked, that means you matched with it in your survey. You can absolutely use one of those, or if you don't have any check marks, that's fine. You can use something else. But for this particular job, no idea what this one was, maybe a teacher, but I would need administrative. So to explain what that means, I'm just going to go to my Google and I'm going to define administrative skill. Okay, so I have a definition, a combination of hard and soft skills that allow someone to manage a business or office or support daily operations. This is a definition. You can copy that or paraphrase it. It also gives you some samples. Then I also have to say, how does this relate to my career? So I would say I need to have administrative skills to manage students, to manage like problem solving, multitasking, etc. Okay, let's see. Related careers, you're just going to pick 2 careers at the bottom of the page. You don't even have to explain what they are. You do want to make sure that you are spell checking. If you have a red line under something, you need to figure out what it should be. Y'all, this presentation is only like 2 to 3 minutes. It really is not long. There is a rubric attached to the assignment. You want to make sure you are paying attention to the rubric. You're going to have today and the next 2 days to complete the presentation, and then we will work on who's going to present them and when. Hopefully I'm back. We'll spin the wheel to do all of that, but I'm not sure. All of your information will be found on Smart Futures, so you shouldn't be finding this from somewhere else. I will give you one more thing then. Your career today is a mechanic. You will repair automobiles, trucks, and other transportation equipment. You need a high school education or vocational school. You can make $22,140 to $61,330 per year. So if you look on this assignment, the career presentation right here, I do have a template that you may use. You don't have to use it, but there is also a rubric attached. Title slide, job description, okay, and then making sure that your backgrounds don't distract the words, so you don't want to use pictures as a background. They're not, it's kind of a cohesive design. You can use those Slides Carnival, Slides Mania, any of those things. Your words, make sure they're easy to be read. And then you have 2, 4, 6, 8 points for presenting. If you don't present, the best you could possibly get would be a 32 out of 40, which is an 80%. All right. If you are not presenting, like on this assignment, please put a comment that says, I'm not presenting, and that way we won't have your name on the wheel when it's time to figure out who's going when. All right, I think that's everything. Hopefully I see you tomorrow. If not, I'll be back on a video. All right, guys, have a great day.